every week I post 2 videos with a special moment with someone during my performances. But I would really like to tell you something about behind the scenes, why I make the decisions, why I approach someone, and how I do that. So, for instance, I am not English, so sorry if my English grammar isn't perfectly correct, but I would like to tell you something about the art of introducing. And the art of introducing is so important if you want to have contact with someone. I think that's the first big step to a real connection. And why do I think that is? Because when you introduce yourself, that is also the first moment you meet someone. They get the first impression. But that's also your chance to remember someone's name. And a name is so important to someone. Like when you get called out on the streets, like, hey, Yvonne, I turn around like, who knows me? And that's also the vibe we want in a home. And one big important step, what like a lot of people forget, is that when we enter a residence, like a house, like where someone lives, we think it's just a public building because a lot of people are living there, but that's just not the case. You step into someone's home, and yeah, maybe they have just a room over there, but it is their home. It is their living room. So it is important that you know a name from someone who lives there, because when someone enters your house, you want to know who that is, right? Or you just want to know their name, and it's, well, important that they know your name. Like, otherwise, what you're doing here, it's an intruder. So yeah, I always introduce myself, and when I introduce myself, I give them a compliment, or I'm telling what I'm gonna do, or I just make a little chat, and that's how I try to remember the name. Like, oh, that guy, his name was, I don't know, Elvis. It's the first name that popped up in my head. Oh, Elvis. Oh, he likes to sing. Oh, okay. I remember that now. Elvis. That's a nice connection. So yeah, that's the first thing I do when I enter a house. And well, it sometimes creates funny situations because they don't always know anymore that they introduce themselves to you. So after my performance, I will say, oh, well, thank you, Elvis, for singing along. And he would be like, how do you know my name? And I would say, well, I introduced myself to you, and I'm so happy that you invited me in and that we had such a great moment. Thank you so much. And then they were like, oh, I did. And she knew my name. So, well, it probably will be all right. So yeah, especially for people with dementia, their name is so important. And if you don't know their name anymore, it's fine. Like, it doesn't matter. They probably don't know your name either. So what you can do is just sit down and ask them, hey, I forgot your name. My name is Yvonne. What was yours again? And then they will probably say, oh, my name was Elvis. And they're like, oh, okay, thank you so much. Well, I had such a great time, Elvis. Thank you for being here. Yeah, and then everyone leaves with a happy feeling. So you're not an intruder in their house. You remembered their name, and you had a great connection. So the art of introducing, especially for people with dementia, is so important. All right, I will tell you stuff like every Saturday about my work. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section, and I will address it next week. All right, thank you for listening.